Everybody's heard it. It's all over the news on every single media coverage. This is global news right now. As you know, one of our stars in the hip-hop culture, Diddy, indicted on sex traffic, racketeering, and prostitution charges. Right now, we have the 14-page indictment out. He's been arrested in New York as of yesterday. His lawyers are trying to get him a $50 million bail package so he can leave. The feds don't want to have it. It's going to be a lot going down. The feds actually came in and got him. Right now, they say members of an associates of the Combs enterprise attempted to engage in among activities of sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion, enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Crazy. And just for the top 3 charges, racketeering carries a charge of a term of life in prison, sex trafficking, maximum life in prison, minimum 15 years, and transportation for prostitution, maximum 10 years. Where y'all want to start? It's a lot, man. That's a lot. I feel, first of all, if he did all this shit and all this shit is true, lock his nasty ass up. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call a spade a spade. Lock his nasty ass up. But one thing I don't like, and I do want to call out, is all the people who sat there and let that shit happen. Like, that's what I care about. All the people who turned a blind eye, saw some crazy shit happen, and let it. A lot of them was at the freak offs. A lot of y'all motherfuckers on tape. I want all y'all to be exposed. And 1,000, I ain't gonna front. A side note, 1,000 bottles of baby oil is absolutely fucking nuts. I don't know. What the fuck do you need 1,000? That's a lot of fucking. That's a crime right there in itself that carries up to 10.
Yeah, when I think that, I said 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What the fuck was they doing there? That's crazy. Nasty work.
That's too much lube, son.
No, I told Cousin off camera, nigga, when you got niggas being called power bottoms.
Yo, that sounds nuts too.
when you got niggas being called power bottoms, listen, you got to keep it the way you got to keep it to get what you need to get done. I don't know, man. Listen, that lifestyle is for me.
On the power.
Crazy, bro.
That's nuts, yo. But like, yo, would you? All right, I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought he would have got caught on a lot of different things, but sex trafficking of all things. Cause let's keep it real transparent, bros. Let's keep it all the way real. He's not the only one in the industry that's flying bitches out to have sex or come through and freak off and all that. You know what I'm saying? He's not the first one to do it. He won't be the last.
But let me, before we get too far, let's address what you said before, because if we're gonna address this thing, we gotta address it properly. Yep. For every single point to make sure that we get the information across.
Yep.
First of all, you cannot blame anybody that was in that organization that's nowhere near where he is for not being able to stop him. If you've ever met Diddy or even know people that know him, that man does what he wants when he wants. You understand what I'm saying? He's been doing this shit way too long. He has way too much power and influence to really be caring about what motherfuckers be trying to tell him. You understand? So yeah. I'm not going to, it's one of those decisions where me and you always talk about the person in the room doing the right thing. If that means losing your fucking job and losing your livelihood, you're right. We always talk about it, but this is another perfect example of that. R. Kelly was a perfect example of that. The bodyguards knew, the friends knew, everybody knew. The people that said something, he just got rid of. I can't see this being any different. You understand what I'm saying? I can't see this being any different. Anybody that went against him or would, I'm guessing, even make it known or make it seem like they were gonna say something, I can guarantee you he either fired, got him away from, or had something done to them, so they was in fear of the repercussion actions, and they know how he gives it up. And you understand what I'm saying? Especially if you was in the circle and you're around him on a daily and you see what happens, you got to be a different type of dude or person to be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna stand on business and I'm still gonna do the right thing. So we have to give a little bit of leeway.
No, just for me personally, bro, it's like, all right, you see them robbing a bank and I'm still a getaway driver, right? Like, it's all good until I get caught. Like, it's the same type of thing. If you're not with it, you're not with it. But if you're down with it, there's a lot of people that got hurt. A lot of people got promised shit. Like, we say it all the time, bro. There's message in the movements. look how nasty a lot of the things that he's done has aged, bro. First of all, making a motherfucker walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake. If you make somebody walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake for a deal, what are you doing when the cameras are turned off?
I mean,
That's
again,
weird shit.
I give him a little leeway again on that. It wasn't about the cheesecake. It's about are you willing to put in the work when you know that the work is not easy, right? You don't really know what it takes. At that time, remember, they had one of the only, I think it was the first reality kind of TV show of its kind at that time. There's no precipice, there's no outline of how to do this thing. His bottom line is he knows what it is to make it. They don't. They might think it's easy, and he just wants to see where you are mentally. Are you willing to go get a cheesecake? That's internship, really. That's really what it is, right? That's internship, right? Go to the store, get coffee, go to the store, get, food for the crew. Are you willing to put in the dirty work, right? Do the ground level work that it's going to take for you to start moving up the ranks to get this. Remember, Diddy started out as an intern. So him doing that almost makes sense.
You're absolutely right on that. But how many people backs against the wall and feel like this is the only chance to success or achieve their dream, bro? And there's a lot of people willing to go a lot of lengths and do something strange for a little piece of change, just for the hint of them being able to sniff their dream and what they worked their entire life for, bro. When you have that type of power, I find it hard to believe you're not abusing that shit at some point. And I'm just saying that just looks wild. I definitely get why he was doing some internship, but I'm pretty sure there was people that he promised deals and he has lawsuits right now. I think that dude, the Hot Rod dude or whatever his name, Little Rod, he has the lawsuit against him. He said he did a couple of tracks on the Love album. He promised them Grammy this and Grammy that. And I'm going to fly you out here and do all of this stuff for the promise of what? My dream. And never got it. And that's just one person that came through. You think there's not other people that came through and did that? But I'm just saying it's old as Hollywood, bro. That's the casting couch. You know what I'm saying? We know these things exist, right? So what I'm saying is, yes, Diddy's nasty. He needs to get locked the fuck up if he's guilty of all of these charges. But there's so many people that are part of this shit, bro. They're implicit in this shit. They need to get caught too. They still gonna be out here making money? It's a lot. It's a lot. P-Dot, what you thinking, baby?
Yeah, go ahead.
To go off of what Chad was saying too about we can't say that from when this shit was happening to now, nobody went to the cops, because there's stories that came out from like 2017 and people was already accusing him of the shit. I think it usually be taking things to come to a head when a bunch of things pile on, and now it's like finally, because I think people was probably saying something. You've been hearing Diddy stories,
Yeah, but how forceful are you with the Diddy story? How first of all, we all have a social media platform. We all have our own platform. Every single day you can go and tell your story. So the fact that if somebody violates you, somebody like Diddy, and you're not telling the story when it's visible like that, you're not going to the police. Like I know he has power and influence, bro, but like at what point? Now you come out? You know what I'm saying? If he did something, he did something. Stand on business is all I'm saying across the board.